Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to create passive income with little money. So stick to the end. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you how this all works and how you could create passive income. And let's get right into today's video. Okay, so a first disclaimer, this is for educational purposes. What I'm about to show you, how I create passive income and the amounts that I make, is for educational purposes. It doesn't, just because I show you how to do this, it doesn't mean that you can do the same, or you could do more, or you could do less. Everybody is different, and it depends how much work you put into this. Another disclaimer is that I want to say that with passive income, there's always work up front. There's no such thing as free money. So you have to put upfront work to create this passive income stream that I'm about to show you. But make no mistake about it, once you create it, it does become passive. All right, let's get into the lesson. Okay, so let's get the income proof out of the way so you know that what I'm about to teach you is what I do. This is not theory, but this is actual practice. This is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm going to show you. As of yesterday, as you could see, December 11th, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, it's December 12th. That's because I'm in Indonesia, a day ahead of, I'm usually in Eastern Standard Time in the US, but I'm currently in Indonesia, in Bali. So the reporting is a little bit off. But that's as of yesterday, and as of course, the day is not over. It's only 10:30 p.m. So lagging sales are going to be rolling in until, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's of yesterday, 2:01. If I click back here, the last 30 days, you will see that over 6,300. If I go back 90 days, you'll see that over 15,000. There you go, 16,000. So from this account, this is an old account that I have. And for the most part, this is passive. I do have some ads on Amazon itself to drive traffic to these products, these digital products, but it's passively, so I don't do anything. I did create all of these digital products, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do this with very little money. So let's get right into it now that we have got that out of the way. Okay guys, so we're here on Amazon.com, and what I'm talking about today, creating passive income with very little money, is creating digital assets that are very inexpensive. Of course, you could, sorry, that's a sale. Of course, you can overpay for digital products, but I'm going to show you the least expensive way with very little money, how you could start accumulating and building a digital asset portfolio like I have done. Now, if we're looking at here in the Kindle store, this is what I'm talking about, books, digital books, and you could see that there's just a whole range of topics where you could have books written anywhere from gardening to soap making to stock trading to self-development to CEO to drive optimizing your website. It's just the amount of digital products you could have done for you is just amazing. And what I teach everyone is that most popular keywords are profitable. I don't believe that there's no keywords that are not profitable. If you have a decent cover and you drive some sales, some traffic towards these digital books, they're going to sell, and you're going to double your investment. And that's the name of the game. So let me show you how to replicate what it is that I do with sales. And keep in mind what I showed you, those 6,000 that I made in the last 30 days, and that is just one platform on Amazon. I do sell audiobooks. I do sell on other platforms. So that's just a piece of the pie. I make a lot more than that, and so can you. So let me show you the steps on how to replicate this. And let's take it first for those of you, obviously, for those of you who are writers, then obviously there would barely be any type of expenses to replicating this. But I'm going to assume that you're not a writer. And the first step I'm going to show you now is how to have a book written for very, very little money. Let's first start with an expensive book so you could see how expensive it is. And then the point of this whole video is to show you how you can make passive income with very little money. So let me show you the expensive way, and then I'm going to show you the best way to get into this business. All right, so we are here in my back office, my Gmail account, and as you can see, I got this email about 11 hours ago. I just opened it up this morning. It's still 11:48 a.m. here, Saturday. And I looked at this and I said, okay, let me do a video so these guys could see what I'm going to show you, how you could do this with very little money. So I got this email from Urban Writers, and this is a ghostwriting company. So if you wanted to get into the business of creating digital books and selling them and having passive income, you could hire one of these companies like Urban Writers. So, and some of the positive things about it is that this company, for example, they have books for you ready to go. You don't even have to order it. They have it. So they have this section, this place called the Marketplace, books you can sell today. So I'm going to click on that and show you what they have. So if you wanted to start this today, you could click on this link and you could purchase a book that's ready made with covers and everything. So here's what they have available. They have 4 books available. So one of them is on anti-inflammatory diet. The other one is on fasting. This one is on the healing power of crystals. And this one is on growing plants. And this is what I'm going to show you. This is the expensive way for doing this. And this is probably why most people are going to fail who don't know how to do this. You have to start off with very little money. You have to be very frugal when you start as you're building your portfolio. So here we go. First example, this book here is 1,125 and it's 25,000 words. It includes a description, plagiarism free. Of course, we're going to want all of that, but that is it. That is it. Professional. That's it. They're giving you just the book, and of course, you're going to want something that's 100% unique and without plagiarism, right? So this other book, again, 25,000 words, 1125. So that's the price range for that price. And then if you go with a higher word count of 30,000, it's going to be a little bit more. So this is the expensive way of doing this. And people that are getting into the business every day and self-publishing, they're going to take this route of either ordering something like that's already made, or they're going to order the book themselves, but it's still going to be the same price because these guys are kind of expensive. These guys are very expensive. So this is how you get into it the expensive way. Let's get into it the little money way and the way you should be doing this so you can build and get passive income the right way. All right, so 2 things I want to point out here as we go from the expensive way to get into the very little money way. So if we look at here at the 30,000 word count and the price of $13.50, the first thing I'm going to recommend to you is to make this passive income with very little money is you're going to reduce your word count to about 15,000. You could even do 12 to 15,000, and that's going to reduce the amount of money you need to have a book created. So in this case, it would be roughly 600 and change, but we're not going to talk about this. This is just the very first step. So let me give you an example that shows you the proof that you don't need to have a 30,000 word book to make money. You have to understand, why are they selling 25 to 30,000 word books? Well, because they charge by the word count, so they want to be more profitable. But you have to rely on the evidence. So I do have strategies where I teach my students to go for the 30,000 word books, because when you put the synergy together of the audiobooks and the amount of hours those play out to be, it makes sense. But we're talking about this video, we're talking about getting into this game with very little money and creating passive income with very little money. So I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting things that I teach, but if your focus is to get in with very little money, then that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. So keep this in mind, 30,000 words. And now let me show you how profitable you can be with 15,000, 12,000 word books. So I'm here in my back office, and I want to show you these 3 books here. So this book has made close to 19,000 already. This one is close to 10, and this one will hit 10 as well. So I'm going to click onto this one. It's going to bring us to Amazon, and I'm going to block all this out because there's no need for you to see what book it is or whatnot. This is not the point. The point is I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to show you how many pages this book is that made close to $19,000. Here we go. Print 52 pages. 52 pages. Let's go back to the other book, the second one. This one has made close to 10,000. Let's click on that, and it's going to take us to Amazon. And again, I'm going to block this off, and you're going to see how many pages this book is here. Here we go, 52 pages. That's equivalent to a 15,000 word count book. And now these books have made close to $10,000 for me. One almost 20 and this one almost 10,000. So that's the first part. You don't have to do 30,000. You're going to cut your costs right away and you're going to publish. You're going to have something created that's between 12 and 15,000 words. Because if the book cover is good, people are going to buy the book. That's the bottom line. So there's the proof. The second thing I'm going to show you now is where to cut the price in half or more than half, where you don't have to spend $600 to buy a 15,000 word book. So this is the second part I'm going to show you now. Okay, so now let's get into the pricing, how to cut that pricing in half or do a lot better than what we saw. We saw that a 30,000 word book was about 1,300 and change. And we said we're going to cut that from 30,000 to 15,000 word count. So now let's work on the price, because even if you bought it from, let's say, from that ghostwriting company, you would still be out of pocket for about 600 and change for the book. So disclaimer, I would say about 90-something% of the books that I've ordered through the years has been through ghostwriting companies, just because if I place an order of 20 books, it's just a lot easier than to have to hire specific writers on my own. But lately I have been ordering books from websites like this one that I'm about to show you, because it's just a lot cheaper. So for example, I am here in guru.com, and I'm going to show you proof that if you look right in front of you, you see that I have an ad for a nonfiction book for 12,000 word count. I have another one for 10,000. And there's another one down there for 10,000. These are people that are writers that are writing books for me right now. And look at the price. A 10,000 word count book for $90. A 10,000 word count book for $200. If I were to increase this, let's say another 5,000 words, it would just cost me another $50. It would be $250 here. If I told this writer to write for me a 30,000 word book, it would only be $270 compared to $1,300. This one is going to be about 100 and something in that ballpark. But I want to show you that what I'm teaching you, I do. It's not it's not theory. This website is very easy to use. You put cash into this account here from your credit card, and then as you're hiring people, they take that cash and they put it into this safe pay account, like you're seeing here. Safe pay balance, there's $199. So when this book is completed, if I like it, I transfer the funds. So I deposit cash into here, and it gets moved around like so. So let's show you the numbers to see how this makes sense. This is the only way to get into this if you want to go in and create passive income with very little money. So let me show you the numbers, right? I already showed you how much you can make with a 15,000 word book, and you're seeing that I'm ordering books at this word count. So let's go over a few numbers so we can understand this together. You could look this up. You don't have to quote me on this, but the word on the internet is the average amount of books that self-publishers, self-authors sell in the lifetime. I believe it's 250 books. That's what I've seen in the literature. This is not scientific research here, but this is what I've seen. And I'm going to say this, on my cheapest books, I sell them $13, $14, and I make out of that about $6 or $7 net profit for me. So I'm going to go on the worst case scenario. Now, that's my cheapest book. I have a lot of books that sell for in the 20s. I have books that sell even in the $40 range. But let's go with the worst case scenario. Let's say $6. If you were to take the worst case scenario, if you were to take $13.50 that they were charging for a 30,000 word book, and you divide that by $6 net for you, in the lifespan of the sales, you would break even 25 books short of hitting the average, right? So you would be profitable at some point. Because if you were to sell 250 books and you were netting $6 per book, you would make 1,500, and the book costs you with that company 1,350 or so. I think that's close. You would make $150, right? $150, divide that by 1,350 that you spent on the book. You have about a 10% rate of return, which is not bad if you were to put that money in the bank. But what I teach, what I've been teaching is that I put $1,000 investment in my business, and I like to get $5,000 back every time I put a placement of book orders. So the way I'm showing you is, if you were to spend $250 on a 15,000 word book, right? This is the price of the book, and you were to sell, no, let's go back. If you were to sell 250 books at $6, like we just showed, you would make that 1,500, and now the investment on the book that you had written was only $250. Look at the difference. Make $100 and something or make a profit of $1,250. This, of course, is saying that we sold the average of 250 books in the lifetime of that book. Now, I teach all these different strategies. We do a lot better than 250. I'm giving you the worst case scenarios. Even with the worst case scenario, how I'm showing you, you're entering the marketplace. Let's say even if you paid $300 for a 15,000 word book, that's $2 per word. And the book at $6, you sold 250 copies in the life of the book. That could be in 3 months, that could be in a month, that could be in 1 year, that could be in 2 years. We're talking about the life of the book. You sold on average 250 times $6. You would make $1,500 overall. Let's subtract what the book cost you. You still made $1,200. Imagine scaling like I like to scale, ordering 30 books in 1 month. This is what my future projection is, 36,000 every time I order 30 books. Now, I make a lot more money than this on books, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, given the worst case scenarios, given that you want to enter this game with very little money, this is the way I would recommend that you do it. 12 to 15,000 word count books, keep in the $200 range to $300 per book. And I just showed you what website you could do it. I just showed you that I'm doing it. I just showed you the potential, right? The potential. You've seen books for 15,000 word count that have made me close to 20,000. You have seen some that close to 10,000. So I'm showing you the proof. Now let me give you additional revenue streams that are truly, truly passive. So let's get into that. All right, so now we're in the back office of ACX account that I manage for audiobooks here. What I'm going to show you is how to do this with very little money. In this case, it's going to be no money, but you're going to get 100% return on investment for uploading your book as an audiobook. So I usually promote that you pay for your production, so you keep the rights to the book, and that's going to cost you per finished hour. I usually pay about $50 per finished hour. So in this case, this video is about getting into this game with very little money. So you would take this book, you would take this 15,000 word book, and you would upload it, and you would ask to do a royalty share. So this is the example that I'm showing you right here. You see the words royalty share. This is very recent. Everything that I teach, I do. So lately, the strategy for us going into this month and next month and maybe the first quarter is to do a lot of royalty shares, because there's a lot of things happening with audible.com. So let me explain to you what royalty share is. This book here just came live a couple of days ago, a week ago. So December 4th, it's December 12th, and we sold 23 copies. The basic idea is this. You upload your book to this platform, and the producer, the person who produces this book for you into audio form, this person is going to share 50% with you on the profits. And therefore, you don't have to pay him or her any type of fee to produce this book for you. So you're creating a new revenue stream to this book that costs you $250 to $300 that you can easily make back just on this side of the business. Okay, your return on investment. So this is a free way, no money way to increase the ROI on your book, on your investment, from audible.com. Now, audible.com gets about 24 to 26 million hits per month. There's a ton of traffic on here. Of course, you have to, everything that I'm talking about here, you have to employ the strategies of, having digital content created in evergreen topics where there's a lot of traffic overall, where people are searching for these type of books, these type of problems. So here it is, another way to create passive income with your book. And in this case, you're just uploading the book. You're asking people that are going to be interested, they're going to audition for your book. It doesn't cost you anything. And this is going to make money for years and years to come. And this is truly passive with no money whatsoever on the same exact book that you just had created. So guys, in this video, I have gone over how to create passive income through digital content, specifically ebooks, print books that you upload onto Amazon, like I've shown you. It could easily be done with 15,000, 12,000 word books, and you're going to sell them on the Amazon platform, which gets about 4 billion hits per month. There's a ton of traffic there. You're going to upload them to audible.com, and you're going to see some of the returns that I get, or that you will get for yourself if you publish in the right keywords. All right, I hope you got value. Please go ahead and smash that like button if you did like the content, if you found some value. I've just given you enough information to go ahead and start doing this. You could go ahead and look through my other videos where I show you how to find the right topics or the right books. It's all in there. You could literally make money. You can literally make a couple $100s a month, or even thousands of dollars per month, if you just take action and use what I have shown you in my other videos. All right, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the upcoming videos.